Tonight, nearly 1,000 people are without a job after Essentia announces major layoffs due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Plus, no more than 50 customers and seating outdoors. Those are the new guidelines for restaurants, why some say that just won't cut it. And reopening Michigan, the state's governor makes new adjustments to the stay-at-home order, allowing more businesses to open and small gatherings to resume.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Tony is on assignment tonight. Thanks for joining us. A shocking announcement this afternoon from one of Duluth's biggest employers. Essentia Health has laid off 900 employees for good. Essentia officials say the decision comes as the company is losing tens of millions of dollars each month due to the COVID-19 pandemic changing hospital operations. CBS3's Ryan Campo is live outside of Essentia Health for us. Ryan, you spoke with hospital leaders today. What have you learned?
Yeah, Kristen, I'm told it was a very thoughtful yet very hard decision to make today. Dr. John Pryor had some very difficult choices to make and a lot of eyes on what could and what couldn't be cut. We're told Essential's financial losses have totaled nearly $100 million since the beginning of March, with more expected on the horizon. Now, due to that, hospital leaders were forced to look at areas where cuts can be made. Dr. Pryor said those most affected by permanent layoffs are non-patient care providing staff, although we have not been able to confirm exactly which departments are affected. He said the cuts will save the company around $50 million a year, but Pryor stresses that's still not enough.
We're hoping that, the volumes continue to increase. We're hoping for additional help, from the federal and the state, innovation and an eye towards efficiency and looking at other costs, including supply chain and things like that. I think that a lot of attention needs to be paid to those details.
Hey, Dr. Pryor said these layoffs are across the entire Essentia system. We're told 55% of the employees impacted by this workforce reduction are in the Twin Ports area, less than 10% of those in Brainerd, and less than 20% in Essentia's West Market, which includes Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Around 15% are in our East Market regional locations. Now, it's also worth mentioning that Essentia is providing non-contracted employees 3 months worth of benefits, which Pryor says will cost the hospital about $500,000 a month.
Now, Ryan, prior to the COVID-19 pandemic hitting the United States, the hospital was planning to expand. Is that project still happening?
Yeah, Kristen, that project is still happening. Dr. Pryor said the hospital contractually has to use the funds for the expansion project for construction. The funds cannot legally be used to support hospital operations, so the project will continue as planned.
All right, Ryan Campo live for us in Duluth tonight. Thanks, Ryan. Well, in a statement today, Duluth Mayor Emily Larson says she understands Essentia's decision. Larson thanked the laid-off workers, adding that the city's Career Force Center is working to help them through this. She expects the economic ripple to spread and deepen. We also reached out to St. Luke's to see if they're planning to make recent layoffs and furloughs permanent. Hospital reps originally told us back in March they laid off 7 people, then later said they weren't going to share the number of people they'd let go. They did not respond to our request for comment today. Unfortunately, we're going from one major layoff to another. Tonight, we're hearing from one of the 269 AAR employees now out of work. Yesterday, the Duluth company announced it won't be reopening, leaving hundreds of employees in disbelief. That includes Ernest Moberg. The AAR technician and mechanic has worked with the company for 4 years. He said he received a phone call yesterday morning expecting to be told layoffs at the company would be extended. Instead, he was told he would not be returning to work at all.
I was pretty shocked. I wasn't really quite prepared for it. I'm pretty sad about it because I didn't really enjoy that job, and I don't see a job in this line of work in Duluth for quite a while.
Moberg says he will probably have to leave Duluth and the aviation industry to find a new job. He is hopeful the workforce will get back on track following the pandemic. AAR sent us a statement today. They say the decision to shut down was difficult, but their primary customer was not able to commit to any new maintenance work at the Duluth facility for the foreseeable future. The Duluth facility will close on July 24th. Of the 269 employees permanently laid off, 238 of them were already furloughed. All employees will receive a severance package and will receive medical coverage through July 31st. New tonight at 6, the Solway fire chief is blaming a car for causing a grass fire in Hermantown today. That fire broke out on Maple Grove Road near Peterson Road. Authorities say a car was on fire, but it's not clear how the car fire started. Crews also responded to a separate fire near Solway Road. The cause of that fire is unknown. Both fires were under 1 acre in size and have since been put out. Dave joins us now for a quick look at the weather. Obviously, it is nice to see that sunshine, but it's also caused a lot of dryness throughout our region.
Yeah, for another day in a row, the fire danger is moderate to high all around our region. Once you get to the south into the hardcore farming country, where agriculture has taken over the forest, it's not so bad, like Pine County and down towards the Twin Cities. But here in our neck of the woods, where we're more forest than anything, indeed, that danger stays high. Hopefully tomorrow night's rain, that could last through the weekend, will put a dent in the problem. There's our low pressure system coming in from the west. It's pushing towards us, taking over the dry high that we had for the last several days. And so Friday will be a day of change. It may start sunny in the morning, but clouds build. And by tomorrow afternoon, showers and even thunderstorms are possible. Temperature-wise, up around 70 for the head of the lakes, warmer inland, cooler by the lake, like it's been all week long. But tomorrow, thanks to the cloud cover, the inland highs will be in the 70s, yes, but not the 80s like today. We'll talk about the temperature timeline coming up in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. Starting June 1st, Minnesota restaurants and bars will be able to host outdoor dining. Governor Tim Walz made this announcement yesterday, but there are strict guidelines in place. Under the governor's plan, restaurants must enforce social distancing, have no more than 50 customers seated at a time, and party sizes are limited. Reservations are required with all employees wearing masks. These guidelines may be easier for some restaurants to follow than others. CBS3's Emma Quinn spoke with several businesses to see how they'll handle the changes.
They have come through this, and I will have to
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz's announcement Wednesday came as a surprise to some who expected to open the inside of their restaurants to customers. But for Sarah's Table in Duluth, staying outside didn't make a big dent in their plans.
We don't feel comfortable yet having customers in the building for the safety of them and for our employees, so we had already planned on starting with outdoor dining in June.
Sarah's Table has plans to move tables off the patio to maintain social distancing.
A lot of these tables are going to end up in the parking lot so that we can distance the tables at least 6 feet apart.
So places like Sarah's Table have a giant parking lot that they can utilize, but that's not the case for everyone. Here at GB Schneider's, they only have permitting to use a couple of parking spaces for their outdoor dining. Owner Gary Schneider received a city permit to use the 3 parking spaces in front of his restaurant as a dining room.
We thought we were doing this before. We thought we were doing it for people that were afraid to go inside, but now we're doing it because those are the only seats we can have.
Schneider says he has some concerns about how things will go.
It's the weather in Duluth in the month of June, not so hot, so what happens if it starts raining when people are sitting outside? I can't invite them in.
Both restaurants say they still have more planning to do before they're ready to open to diners.
As restaurants and bars rush to adapt, the city of Duluth is trying to make the process a quick turnaround. Many of those establishments will have to apply for a temporary use permit in order to use nearby sidewalks or parking lots as dining spaces, even if they're on private property. City councilors recently passed a resolution creating outdoor dining opportunities at spaces that wouldn't usually qualify and waiving permit fees. Duluth's Planning and Economic Development Director Adam Fulton says he hopes restaurants and bars will get creative.
We're open to flexible ideas. We're looking at all kinds of different public spaces and ways businesses can use those. We want people to feel free to reach out to us with creative ideas.
Fulton says he hopes that will allow them to approve permits in a couple business days. Owners are asked to reach out to the city if they have any questions or if they need help with the permitting process. We have that contact information on our website. Governor Gretchen Whitmer continues to loosen the stay-home restrictions in Michigan. She signed an executive order that will reopen retail businesses and auto dealerships by appointment statewide. Auto dealerships can begin opening May 26th and medical offices on May 29th. The governor's executive order also lifts the requirement that healthcare providers delay some non-essential medical, dental, and veterinary procedures statewide beginning on Friday, May 29th. The governor is also authorizing small gatherings of 10 people or less starting immediately as long as participants practice social distancing. Well, we're learning more about the fire at an Eveleth apartment complex that left around 20 people without a home last night. Officials say the fire caused more than $200,000 worth of damage, most of it on the second and third floor of the complex. Fire department officials say a grease fire is to blame. Thankfully, no one was hurt. The state fire marshal's office is investigating. Still to come on Live Local CBS3, restrictions on places of worship in Minnesota isn't sitting well with church leaders. Details coming up.
High temp over the hill here in Duluth, 73 degrees, almost 10 degrees warmer than normal. It pushed past 80 for a few towns as well. It will cool down a little bit tomorrow as clouds come around and rain chances perk up. We'll talk about that weekend rain chance coming up after our break.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today on Medical Insight, Dr. Ryan Greschel describes how Essentia Health is treating acid reflux with an innovative device called the Lynx Reflux Management System, which strengthens the lower part of the esophagus.
The way we were intended to be is that at the end of our esophagus, before the stomach starts, there is increased tone in the muscle there. We call that the lower esophageal sphincter. So a normal person has some increased tone right there that can relax to allow food to go through it into your stomach, but when you're not swallowing, it's designed to stay tight so that acid from your stomach is not refluxing up into your esophagus. So the Lynx device works by adding this ring of magnetic beads around that portion of the esophagus to provide some additional tone.
Surgery to implement a Lynx device is minimally invasive and lasts between 30 and 60 minutes. Recovery is swift as patients typically go home the same day and can immediately return to their normal diets.
Who's going to pursue some surgery for their GERD or surgical correction for GERD is generally patients that have severe symptoms and they're not getting the relief from the acid suppressive medications that they would like. After placement of a Lynx device, about 85% of patients will completely get off their acid suppressive medications. As far as symptom control, many patients with GERD have heartburn or regurgitation or pulmonary symptoms, but 99% of patients with a Lynx have no more regurgitation. So if they had regurgitation before, it's gone. 88% of the patients with heartburn no longer have heartburn after a Lynx is placed. So the symptom resolution is excellent.
For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
To learn more about this and other health topics, visit essentiahealth.org/medical insight.
Dude! You gonna pick that up? Because there's no poop fairy to do that for you. See? Take these. They're not just poop bags. They're pride bags. Because you're doing the right thing for your neighbors and for the health of the whole watershed. Gotta fly. There's a Chihuahua cranking one out in Leicester right now. There is no poop fairy.
The Sunday night movies are back on CBS. Paramount's biggest grab-the-popcorn escape from reality blockbusters. And this Sunday, Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet in Titanic. The CBS Sunday night movies are back, starting at 7/6 Central on CBS.
It's Gronk versus Venus. The thrill of watching elite athletes is back. Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
Watch Anthony Mack weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS3 Duluth. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Here's a live look at what's happening now in Ashland, and it's a gorgeous day out that way. The lake is calm. It's been fairly windy past couple of days. Winds are taking a little downward spiral right now. Upward tick is coming our way for rain chances, so the blue sky above the Bayfield Peninsula likely will be replaced by a grayer one tomorrow, and a chance for thunder punctuating things here and there through the Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully ending Memorial Day itself early on, so at least the rest of the afternoon will be good to get out and pay tribute. Right now, let's take a look at current conditions at the airport in Duluth. It's 72 degrees with a partly cloudy sky and an easterly southeasterly wind that's only going 10 miles per hour. Relative humidity, 44%, has gone down a little bit from just an hour ago. So we're still not out of the woods for the fire danger. What we need is a good soaking rain, of course. There's a chance for rain coming around this weekend. May not be as good a soaker as we need, but it's better than nothing. We'll show you the odds and the totals in just a bit. But right now, current temperatures show low 80s from International Falls down towards or upper 70s around Big Fork. Mid to upper 70s for the Mesabi Range. Vermilion's in the upper 70s. North Shore numbers are in the upper 60s to about 70, so cooler by the lake. Isn't that chilly this time around, except in Superior where it's only 60, but mid-70s Moose Lake, upper 70s Solon Springs, and Hayward, 66 Ashland. That's not so bad, but indeed a pocket of cooler air there. And then 78 to 79 from Watersmeet to Ironwood through Bessemer and places like that across the bridge into Hurley. That's pretty warm for this time of year. It will step down a little bit tomorrow, but still be 70s inland, maybe 50s, 60s by the lake. Doppler map right now shows higher pressure from the past several days still has a hold of a good chunk of our area, keeping the sky clear, but clouds are infiltrating from the west, and that's associated with the lower pressure system that's been slowly working its way out of Montana towards us. And when it gets here tomorrow night, 30 to 50% chance for showers and storms. Could become a 70% chance for Saturday, Sunday, wind up Monday morning. And rain totals may go from 1/3 of an inch in International Falls to almost a half here in the Twin Ports. And everybody else looks to be running about 1/10 to 1/4. Not a lot, but again, better than nothing. Forecast tonight in Minnesota, temperatures. They'll go from 43 by the lake to 54 inland with a partly cloudy sky. In Wisconsin and Michigan, the range will run 48 to 56. And for tomorrow, daytime highs in Wisconsin and the UP should be 65 by the lake to 73 inland. 30% chance for afternoon and evening thunderstorms there. It's a 50% chance for Minnesotans with 58 to 60 by the lake and perhaps 70 to 73 farther inland. So still mild, just not as warm as today. Extended forecast. The cloudier sky does come to call for the weekend. There's those rain chances sticking around through Memorial Day morning. And then temperatures will be around 70 to 75 for many of us Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with the return of sunshine, Kristen.
All right, thanks, Dave. We're learning more about the demands of the Minnesota Catholic and Lutheran churches after leaders sent Governor Walz letters yesterday saying they're going to resume their in-person worship services despite his order. CBS3's Leanne Valdez spoke to a representative from the law firm representing the places of worship and has more.
Senior counsel from Beckett Law, Diana Verm, tells me that both churches say what the state is doing is unconstitutional and they demand answers and action. The law firm says the churches they represent actually voluntarily closed their worship services and moved to online worship before Minnesota required it. The churches say they take issue with Walz's COVID-19 executive order, which allows retailers to operate at 50% capacity, but caps church worship services at 10 people. The churches say they want to be treated equally to those other services and open at an even lower capacity at 33%. In addition, they say they would implement a number of safety protocols, including strict cleaning, modifying their services so there's no touching of the same items, separating people, and no choir singing together.
The state really has to be able to explain clearly why churches can't also be allowed with strict safety protocols.
She goes on to say that the leadership is not saying churches have to open. They're saying that they can open if they have all these protocols in place, which could take some time to get aligned. The Beckett Fund for Religious Liberty sent Governor Walz a letter, and they have yet to hear back.
All right, thanks, Leanne. We did reach out to Catholic and Lutheran churches across the Northland to find out whether they plan to reopen early. St. James in Duluth said they do plan to open their doors starting next Tuesday. Well, the pandemic isn't stopping a Superior group from honoring those who gave their lives for our country. At Superior's Greenwood Cemetery today, volunteers planted 3,000 flags at the foot of each veteran's gravestone. It's something they do every year ahead of Memorial Day. Even though there were a lot of people out volunteering today, everyone was keeping their space and practicing social distancing. Volunteers will be out at several other cemeteries tomorrow. Coming up in sports, how two UMD students have used social media to launch their own fitness company during the pandemic. Kelly Hinseth has the story up next.
Get your new John Deere mower from Duluth Lawn and Sport, the region's largest power sports dealer.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Hi, I'm Stephen Ray. At Miners National Bank, we offer local originating, local processing, local closing, and local servicing. For your next mortgage, apply now. MinersMortgage.com.
Miners National Bank of Evelyn, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Always on the go, but want to keep up with the day's news? Don't worry. Now we are wherever you are. Traveling? No problem. Stream wherever, whenever with live local CBS3.
Hey gang, I am Keegan-Michael Key, and I am the host of a new show called Game On.
Get your game face on.
Every week, these two world champions, Rob Gronkowski and Venus Williams, will compete in trivia, obstacle courses, and death-defying challenges unlike anything they've ever faced before.
Did you say death-defying?
I'm afraid so.
Elite athletes, epic challenges. Game On premieres Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. Seeing our friends and family up close and personal with video chat is wonderful these days. And it's even better if you look and feel your best. So how does Plexiderm perform to shrink the appearance of wrinkles, under eye bags, and fine lines on a video conversation?
It's amazing. My friends, my family, they can't believe it. They're all calling. There's been creams, there's been lotions, concealers. Nothing works like this.
When I tried Plexiderm the first time, my daughter said, "Oh, Dad, did you get a haircut?" And I said, "No, I didn't get a haircut. I tried this Plexiderm product out." "Oh, you look so much younger." I said, "Oh, thank you."
We've created the best offer yet with our Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. We know you want to look and feel your best. So before you step in front of that video chat, Plexiderm your crow's feet, Plexiderm your fine lines, and Plexiderm your wrinkles and those pesky 11 lines between your eyes, and watch them visibly shrink from view in 10 minutes. Plexiderm works so well, makeup artists, celebrities in Hollywood, and even people across the country just like you feel years younger in minutes.
Oh my God. I can't believe I have no lines in my face. I'm like 20 years younger.
No, this looks really good. All these lines are gone. Amazing. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I look amazing. It's like so full of myself.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, is that really me?
The instant results are from silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under eye bags and wrinkles from view in minutes. And the effects last up to 10 hours. Yes, the science is incredible, but the results even better. So if under eye bags and wrinkles make you look tired and older, take action with the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. Look incredible on your next video call and get up to 50% off the normal retail price. Plus, get free shipping. Visit Plexiderm.com or call the number on your screen.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
One of the big questions people have had during quarantine is, with gyms closed, with training facilities closed, how do I stay in shape? Well, two UMD students, that's right, students, started a company that looks to help people out.
For most people, fitness and staying active doesn't necessarily come natural. That's not true of UMD students Jake Rosenbaum and Ben Pat.
So fitness was more of a fun thing for me, more so than a chore.
During a late-night study session for college finals this past December, instead of studying, they came up with a business concept.
College students, it was tough on them They didn't have really any direction or anything available to them.
A fitness consulting company designed for the everyday college student.
And we thought, why not us? Why couldn't we start something like this?
From there, the idea was born.
Want to start a business.
The next few months were spent manifesting the idea.
We didn't want to just start without anything and without proper directions. We wanted to do our research. We wanted to make sure people were going to be interested in.
Turns out, people were very interested. Jake and Ben introduced UniFit to the world back on April 6th.
It just so happened that, your time frees up a little bit during a pandemic.
A time when everyone is housebound.
Everybody was in a similar scenario. What better time and what better opportunity in a way to get started with this and to help people through the pandemic.
From a social standpoint, UniFit took off. And as of today, the page has a few hundred followers, gaining some pretty big traction.
We are college students as well, so we're on social media all the time.
And even better, social media like Instagram gives Jake and Ben the ability to be in constant communication with clients.
People can reach out to us when they're asking for information, but having the ability to reach out to them as well, check in, and having that two-way street is something that is priceless.
UniFit is only about a month old, but Jake and Ben have thought well beyond that.
One day maybe be able to call it a full-time job, helping people and bettering people. That would be a dream that, now is a goal more than a dream.
Jake will be a junior and Ben will be a senior at UMD next year. And if all goes their way, UniFit will fit in nicely with their post-grad plans. If you'd like more information on their company, we have all the links and more info. Just visit our website, CBS3Duluth.com, and click on the sports page. Switching gears, racing is returning to the Godnick Speedway in Superior tonight. It's the Minnesota Modified Nationals event, which was originally supposed to take place in Ogilvie, Minnesota, but an agreement was reached to move the race to Wisconsin because of COVID-19 restrictions in Minnesota. Track officials are asking all fans in attendance to practice social distancing. All employees will be wearing masks, and they will be selling them as well. 16 new hand sanitizer units have been placed around the grounds. And that's going to do it for sports for now. We'll have more here back tonight at 10. But Kristen, I'm going to send it back to you at the desk.
All right, thanks, Kelly. A baseball field in Madison is finding new ways to operate amidst the pandemic. On Wednesday, people packed into what's known as the Duck Pond for the field's first ever drive-in movie. 100 vehicles were allowed in with additional social distancing guidelines, including only allowing prepackaged snacks and drinks, all available through non-contact purchases. The plan is to show movies every night through the extended Memorial Day weekend. Hard to believe we're already heading into Memorial Day weekend here, Dave. Are we going to see some rain coming up?
There's a pretty good chance of it. It starts to come in tomorrow, and after this long dry spell, of course, we can use this rain. It may come here and there with some isolated thunderstorms as well, but the latest data indicates they won't be strong enough to be severe, just maybe to shake up chihuahuas like mine and little dogs like yours. So 70 on Friday, 50% chance for evening rain, 60 to 70% chance for perhaps all-day showers and storms both Saturday and Sunday, but the chance should wrap up fairly early on Monday.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you right back here at 10.